All right, everyone. I believe we are up. New severe thunderstorm warning. They let a minute lapse between the warnings there. So this includes Twiggs and a small part of Wilkinson County. This is to the east of Jeffersonville now. An interesting thing that has caught my eye is how this little storm comes down like this and rotates like that. Sign of a rotation in there. But this issued for some hail across the area. And the storm has had a history of producing hail back into Warner Robins. You can see the hail is kind of down here, which is kind of interesting because the warning's up here. So Danville heads up. This is headed for you now. Let me hop back over to the sweeping radar here. Again, Wilkinson County, really from Irwinton down to Nicholsville, the southern part of Wilkinson County is where the threat is right now. Also, I would go ahead and say northern Lawrence County included in that. In Jefferson County. Okay, that's not our area. Until 4:15. So this warning going to go for the next 45-ish minutes across central Georgia. And this is the only active severe thunderstorm warning. So we've been on all afternoon since about 2:15, relaying these warnings, and now this is the only one. We still have a lot back into Alabama. And this one here for Twiggs and Wilkinson is going to run until 4:15. Threat of damaging winds and some hail. We, again, like I said, have seen hail with this in parts of Twiggs County. And I've been looking on my Facebook page. Thanks for everybody who's sending in pictures because it really helps us know what's going on across the region. And so, again, if you were just watching us, no change from the storm. All they did was let a few minutes lapse between one warning and the next warning. That's why we had hopped off. Now we're back on. And we're going to be back on here for the next 45 minutes. So that is the plan as of now. I suspect, let me see how fast the storm is moving. This would be east at 30 is the official warning on it. So let me track this spot in particular. There we go. So Danville, about 3:40, so here in the next 4 minutes. Nicholsville, about 3:57. And Chapel's Mill about 4 o'clock. That is where the most intense part of the storm is. Again, if I turn on the hail here, you can see that is right in there, right where that lightning is. Let me hop back over here. Yeah, and as this gets further away from the radar site, the shape of the storm kind of stands out a little bit more, and this is very concerning for me, actually, in Danville. Yeah, I need to ask them about this. Because that's probably the best sign of rotation we've seen all day. Right there near Danville. So let's see what the Weather Service does on that. Technically, that's not included in the warning. But, yeah, I do not like the look of that at all. So this is far southeastern Twiggs County, far southern Wilkinson County, northern Bleckley County, and Lawrence County. And it does look like they are watching this storm out near Harris County as well. That could, but I'm okay. They're looking at the Danville storm now. It's so close to the radar site. It's hard to really get a good grasp on it, but that is concerning to me near the Danville area. So let me walk over here really fast and make sure we're good to go in the event that we have to hop on 13 WMAZ, which we might hear in just a second. So the National Weather Service watching this storm, or looking at the storm in Danville now, and they're going to make a decision on that here in just a second. So we'll see what they do here. Okay. So as of now, an active severe thunderstorm warning with the threat of a tornado possible. But if you're in Danville right now, go ahead and treat this as if it was a tornado warning. I usually don't like to say that when they don't issue tornado warnings, but the shape of the storm is concerning to me. Additionally, there are signs of rotation, and it's so close to the radar that it's hard to get a good grasp on it. So if you are in Danville right now, I would suggest being in an interior room, away from doors and windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. I'm seeing signs of rotation. There's a lot of lightning in the area. It makes sense for, given the atmosphere we're in, that something could come about from this. We will see what they do there. But as of now, a severe thunderstorm warning, Wilkinson County, Twiggs County until 4:15. Tornado possible. And they're going to so they're going to keep the severe thunderstorm warning with the threat of a tornado possible. Let me see. So this is near the point where all four counties come together, near Allentown. Let me see. Here. Hop back over there. So, yeah, like I said, in Danville, I would treat this like a tornado warning. Okay, so they're working on one other storm. They just extended this storm. So Upson County now included in a severe thunderstorm warning for threat tornado possible. Upson County we talk about, but technically is not in the 13 WMAZ viewing area, so we're not going to be concerned about that right now, but that would be heading in the direction of Monroe County in the next 2 hours. This is, again, Twiggs and Wilkinson County, and I'm watching the Danville area. Because it's so close to the radar site. It doesn't look crisp, but it does give me enough cause for concern. And you might remember we had an EF0 tornado in Wilkinson County 2 or 3 weeks ago from a storm similar to this. And so there we go into Danville. Again, if you see anything, if you see pictures of trees down, be sure to send us a picture of it. But as of now, watching near Georgia Highway 112, just to the north of Interstate 16, this is the part here where Interstate 16 goes through Bleckley County there for just that minute. For our friends in production, that beeping was that new severe thunderstorm warning for Upson County. So we're good on that front right now. And then I'm also kind of watching this one back here into Warner Robins yet again. That one also looks like it's developing an interesting structure on it. No signs of rotation out of that one yet, but you get this little appendage here on the south side, right about like that. So raining again in Warner Robins, and some lightning now out of this, as that is about to move into Twiggs County, right behind the storm we've been watching. But I want to focus on Danville, because I don't like the shape of this storm at all. Notice how it comes down and arches like that there into Danville. And when we flip over to the velocity here, notice how we have that red cutoff right there, but then this gets distorted because it's so close to the radar site. Let's see, they're talking about Columbus. So I'm watching that one very closely. And in fact, the Talbot County storm also now looks very concerning. So watching two storms, this is the storm that they just put the severe thunderstorm warning on not too long ago for the threat of tornado possible. It looks like that warning itself, or the rotation itself, is a little higher up in the atmosphere. Yeah, definitely higher up in the atmosphere. But so this is about 2 degrees, so that is okay. So yeah, the National Weather Service confirming that they're watching the rotation there in Danville. So let me hop back over there. Hop back over to our radar here. So southern Wilkinson County, I can give an all clear to Twiggs County from this storm. There's another storm coming across the Twiggs-Houston County line that will provide some heavy rainfall, maybe some lightning, maybe even some small hail again. And there's a new severe thunderstorm warning near Columbus. So let me zoom out really fast and just go to show you that all the stuff that we've been warned on has been all of this stuff. Oops, I meant to grab my pointer tool. Is all this stuff in here from Sandersville to Warner Robins down towards Butler. The main line is still back here into Columbus. And this is going to be coming through central Georgia through the evening hours tonight. So as we get into 13 WMAZ News at 5 and 6, I suspect we will have numerous severe thunderstorm warnings and maybe even a tornado warning thrown in here or there. Let's see. Now my arrow is frozen. There it goes. So that is what we are looking at. As of now, this warning goes for the next 30 minutes. However, I suspect we will have a new warning for places like Taylor, Upson, Crawford, Monroe when this warning expires. So we're probably going to be on Facebook Live all the way up until the start of the 5 o'clock news. But it's this little storm right in here. So I've been saying Danville, treat this like a tornado warning. I think I can give an all clear for Danville now. The rotation on this moving in northern Lawrence County now, just north of the Dublin area. And it's this little notch right in there that has me concerned. Oop. And it looks like we just got a radar update. So, you know, you get winds like that into a storm and you get something like that. That's how you would get a tornado in that case. But it concerns me because this part of the storm here is not included in the warning. Right? Like that's moving into Lawrence County, and Lawrence County, I should use that right in there, is not included in that. So again, this is the only active tornado warning for our coverage area. We do have more storms like this one back into Houston County near Warner Robins, raining heavily there right now, and more firing behind it along the Peach-Crawford County line, Taylor and Macon counties as well. And then we also have this severe thunderstorm warning that is up technically in the Columbus TV market. There's Upson County. Here are the storms coming across the Chattahoochee River now that have been producing hail and wind back into Alabama. And the whole line moving east, southeast through the afternoon hours. Let me go ahead and give it all clear for Wilkinson County. They're still in this warning, but Wilkinson County is in the clear from the storm. So if you are in this small little area of Wilkinson County, right in here, there's Jeffersonville, Danville, all clear there. Let me see if I can get some roads and give you an all clear on roads. So 96 in Wilkinson County, all clear, and areas to the east of 18 in Wilkinson County all clear. Also 358 out towards Danville all clear there as well. That's a flood warning up for Atlanta. Again, a severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect until 9 p.m. tonight. Let's see here. Michelle saying hail and gray. Yeah, that was from that storm that moved through a little while ago. Let me hop back over to the 13WMAZ Facebook page and see if we have any new storm reports to share with you. Looks like Amy sent some pictures from Peach County, from 247 connector near Highway 49. Yeah, that looks like a shelf cloud there as that storm rolled through, Amy. And then Byron near Atrium Health in Peach County. That's some big hail. That's some. I don't think our radar estimated hail that big, but I'm not saying you're wrong. Clearly, you got it there. But it's more that our radar just did not pick up on that. That is probably 1.5 inches in diameter, it looks like, Amy. If you're watching, does that sound about right? About 1.5 inches? Is what I gathered from that. Let me see. I think that's it. So a lot of hail across the region. Good news, I still have not seen any reports of damaging winds. Again, if you see a tree down, take a picture of it and send it to us. Because we would like to pass that along to the National Weather Service. They use storm reports just as much as we do. Getting reports of, in Talbot County, some nickel-sized hail. Let me hop over here to Talbot, because this is going to be moving into Upson County here in the next little bit. Upson County, technically in the severe thunderstorm warning, just barely. Let me check in on some of the rotation on this as well. Okay, there's... Definitely that notch right there has rotation in it. That's why we've got this tornado possible tag on this severe thunderstorm warning. Harris County, Meriwether, Talbot and Upson counties. A lot of lightning associated with that as well. This would be in Talbot County right now, but headed towards southern Upson County, perhaps parts of western Crawford County, southern Monroe County near Culloden over the next hour. So we're watching that one. Some more behind it. Southern parts of Harris County, northern parts of Muskogee County, out near Columbus. And these all moving towards central Georgia. Notice a whole lot of lightning right in here. Right there in Columbus. That is moving towards central Georgia. But I'm watching that little notch right in there for maybe some rotation in Talbot County. Maybe. Let me see. Drill this back down in here. I'm very interested in this because this would be moving into our area fairly quickly. See how this has progressed over time. Yeah, not too terribly strong. Thus the reason for no warning. Yeah, the Weather Service noting some broad rotation with this as well. So the storm in Wilkinson County, which is the reason why we're on Facebook Live right now, it's kind of doing a weird thing, right? It's half in the warning, it's half not in the warning. So here's what I'm talking about. Here's Nicholsville. This is the most severe part of the storm right here. And notice the severe thunderstorm warning cuts it right in half. So if you are in northern Lawrence County, you probably have some damaging winds maybe and some hail headed towards your area. But you're not in the warning right now. So that is how that works, and we will just roll with it. So this warning going to go for the next 20-ish, 22 minutes. I suspect it'll be canceled early, partially because it's outrunning the warning box. It's not even in the warning box. The storm is here, and the warning box is shaped like that. So between Irwinton and Nicholsville, you're in the heart of the severe thunderstorm warning, but you're fine. Watching this storm back out towards Twiggs and in Peach County as well. A lot of lightning in this. Let's put a lightning counter on it, and let's just see how much that is the zoom. Let me go back over here. Just see how much lightning we've been looking. So 55 strikes here within the past 10 minutes inside this red square, rectangle, between Nicholsville and Dudley mainly, some of Danville included in that. But notice how a lot of this lightning has been happening right in this area, which means it's happened fairly recently. Also, they're more opaque. You know, the longer it gets back in time, the more transparent they get. So a lot of lightning that's happened in the last little bit there with that storm in Nicholsville. But again, I would say northern Lawrence County, treat this as a severe thunderstorm warning because they've got one on it for the storm, but it's not in the warning, right? It's south, it's along and south of the warning. I keep hearing dinging. Let's check in on the chat. Okay, so we're all good there. Noticing something now in Twiggs County near Bullard. You see the gray and green right there? That is co-located with an interesting feature here on the base velocity. No, it's not. I definitely looked at that and thought it was down there. Never mind. Ignore me on that one. But regardless, some broad rotation in Bullard, but the structure is not conducive for that. Let's see. Update in from the Storm Prediction Center. Thunderstorms will continue to intensify across the watch that we have now. Damaging winds, large hail, and a couple tornadoes will be possible. The band of discrete supercells that we are seeing across east central Alabama and Georgia will continue into the next several hours, they're saying, with the pre-convective environment, with the south-southwesterly trajectories off the eastern Gulf of Mexico, combined with the lapse rates, because everybody knows what that is, right? Basically saying the risk continues. And the tornado risk will become maximized over south central Georgia, where surface winds remain slightly more backed, essentially meaning slightly more out of the southwest near the low level jet, which makes sense. So what they're saying is the greatest tornado risk for the remainder of the afternoon is going to be down along a line in south of from Perry to Dublin to Swainsboro. So Soperton, Eastman, Cochran, Unadilla, Cordele, the tornado risk greater there than in other locations. Okay, so we just got a significant weather advisory for the storm near Jeffersonville. Okay, so what they did was issued a significant weather advisory on this storm here. The severe thunderstorm warning continues for this storm here. So in Jeffersonville, we just had a storm roll through, another one on its way now, and this one is going to be capable of, oh, I see. Okay, 40 to 50 mile an hour winds and some hail, but also now the enhanced risk of a brief tornado with this storm in Twiggs County. So we've got 3 storms we're watching for tornadoes now. No tornado warnings on them just yet because the rotation is not tight enough for that. Also getting a new significant weather advisory. This is going to be Macon, Houston, and Peach counties, and Crawford County. Make that 4 storms for an enhanced risk of a brief tornado. So a note for our producers and our friends in production, again, 4 storms with the enhanced risk for a tornado tag on it. It's this storm in Wilkinson County, this storm in Twiggs County, this storm in Peach County, but then also this storm coming across the Upson County line into Crawford and Monroe counties. Those 2 counties now under significant weather advisories. All of that to say, we could have to switch gears into tornado warning coverage at any moment, as has been the case through the afternoon. So, an interesting day across central Georgia. So, let me go ahead and give an all clear now for most of Wilkinson County-ish from this storm. So, between Nicholsville and Irwinton, let me see what road runs through there. That would be where 96 runs up in I guess there's not a road that runs from Irwinton to Nicholsville. If there is, it's not showing up on our map. But from Irwinton to Nicholsville, you're in the clear for now. We saw this storm back near Jeffersonville that's going to roll over your area. Again, that one with the enhanced risk of a brief tornado. And let me check in on this one again. Not loving the look of it. Not loving the look at it at all. Yeah. Okay, so as of now, everything's pretty much status quo. This one severe thunderstorm warning is going to expire in the next 15 minutes. However, I doubt they're going to let it go completely. I suspect we'll see another one crop up before that 4:15 mark comes in. So here, let me take a quick breather, kind of reset myself on things. I'm going to leave up the radar map, and I will be back in just a moment, just to make sure that everything is good to go for the news tonight, because we do still have news tonight, even though we are in severe weather coverage. That is the thing. You probably still want to see the 7-day. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's good. Grab that right quick. Okay. And Reams, I just heard you in my ear. If you could bring some in here, that would be fantastic. Thank you. Just noting now, a new severe thunderstorm warning near Columbus. This is also a tornado possible tag on it. And that, again, is going to be moving towards central Georgia. So, going to continue to watch it in the moments to come. So there's that severe thunderstorm warning. Oh, and hail is actually 1.5 inches in diameter. So today becoming more of a hail day than I think we were expecting. Hail has been greater than 1 inch in diameter in a lot of spots. Let's see here. Yeah, so that would make sense. So just to kind of reset things, we do have this severe thunderstorm watch going until 9 o'clock tonight, but as the storms roll through, I suspect the watch will be trimmed back across the region, and then that'll be good news for us, because that means the severe threat will be over once the watch has exited that area. So that is the plan for now. Thank you very much. Let's see. I'm just checking in with the weather service once again, make sure everything is kind of what we're expecting. Yeah, okay, so I mean, I don't know what much more there is to say other than we've got severe storms going on across the area. It's hard to track these because they're kind of moving toward an east-northeast fashion, but they're training over one another. So, you know, it's coming, essentially, is what I have to say. Nobody in our area is in the clear just yet, because the line is still on the northern edge of our counties. And as the line continues to slide through the area, that's when the severe weather risk will continue. So give me just a second here. I'm going to take a quick pause, get stuff squared away for the news, and I will be back here in just a moment. Meteorologist Alex Forbes back here with you. Continuing to watch this one severe thunderstorm warning for Twiggs in Wilkinson County. Does have the threat of a tornado possible. That storm, however, is outrunning the warning box, as you can see there. So the threat coming to an end in Wilkinson County in terms of a severe thunderstorm, still watching that storm behind it in parts of Twiggs County for, again, a risk of a brief tornado across the region. My attention now is shifting more towards these storms near Columbus. As they begin to enter central Georgia, they will continue to pose a severe weather risk. And they're going to do that through the evening hours tonight. So as you're watching 13 WMAZ News at 5 and 6, I suspect we will be tracking those. And this is a new severe thunderstorm warning now for Peach and Houston counties, again, with the threat of a tornado possible. So we will not be going off Facebook Live at 4:15. We will be staying on likely through the 5 o'clock news. This warning is going to go until 4:45. Warner Robins and Perry both included in this warning. An interesting feature there on the storm, not indicative of some broad rotation, nothing strong at all, but this is now a severe thunderstorm warning. Warner Robins, Bon Air, Perry, Marshallville, Fort Valley, south of Byron, and that. So we should be able to see this from our Perry sky camera. Let me hop over here and pop up Perry. Oh yeah. We have a shelf cloud moving into Perry now. Let me, here, hop over here. So that is not Perry. That is the view from Atrium Health Navicent. Give it a second and it will switch here to Perry. There's Perry. So a very clear shelf cloud rolling into Perry now. This is the view from the Georgia National Fairgrounds and Agri Center. This is the severe thunderstorm warning for Houston and Peach counties. This is about to cross Interstate 75, but a very clear shelf cloud there. Let me pan this off a little more this way and see. Yeah, you can kind of see where the rain stops there. So it's very abnormal to get structures like this in the winter that we're able to see them so clearly. But again, this is Houston County. You can notice the flags there. Let me flip it back over here. This flag here off in the distance waving in the wind. Also the poles shaking just a little bit. You see that one there. I keep hearing dings from the chat. Let's see. More hail reports out of Columbus. But the warning issued on this storm for Houston, Macon, and Peach counties, so this is Macon County, not Macon City, for 60-mile-an-hour winds, an inch in diameter hail, and the threat of a tornado. That is why the warning was issued in this area. So this is the warning here. So from Fort Valley to Marshallville is the most intense part of the storm right now. Moving toward Houston County, Warner Robins, Bon Air, Perry, all in the line here. This is moving towards the east-northeast at about 30 miles an hour, 35-ish miles an hour. Let me double check. East at 45 is the official motion on it. So let's grab this and time out that. So it looks like Perry about 418, Warner Robins 419, Bon Air 425, and Bullard about 430. So across the Ocmulgee River by about 4:30. And this is that second storm. We do still have this severe thunderstorm warning up in Twiggs County. I suspect they're about to ex-nay that because the warning is, or the storm rather, is completely out of the warning box. But the threat of a tornado possible has that tag on it with this severe thunderstorm warning in Peach and Houston counties. So let's check in again on the, yeah, nothing too strong there. Although this is interesting here. Okay, so switching gears, this is Talbot County. This would be Upson County here. I believe that would be Taylor County. Let me zoom out to get perspective. Yeah, so Taylor County. Notice how this storm has this arc feature on it. Just to the northwest of Talbotton, signs of rotation there. This will be headed towards Crawford County in the next little bit. That severe thunderstorm warning is for a tornado possible tag as well. And same with the one down in Columbus. So, we're going to continue to watch those. I'm kind of surprised the Weather Service hasn't pulled the trigger on a severe thunderstorm warning here. In fact, they just updated that. You see that there, but I'm kind of surprised they have not there. But heads up, northern Taylor County, Crawford County, this is headed in your area. And then a ton of lightning headed toward Taylor County. Notice all that lightning down there near Columbus. That is all sliding to the east as well. So a big-time thunderstorm is headed in that general direction. And so we went from only one severe thunderstorm warning to two. So this yellow box here is going to go away in the next 5 minutes. That was for this storm. And I have not dropped that yet. Continues Talbot Upson. That was that update that we just saw there. And so there's Peach and Macon and Houston counties with that strong thunderstorm until 4:45. So this is the next 35 minutes in that area. But like I showed you, over the next 30 minutes, the storm is going to be crossing into Twiggs County, moving across the Ocmulgee River. And we're just going to have to continue to watch it. I mean, it's one of these afternoons where we could get a spin up. Let me flip this back over to the Perry camera as we continue to watch these storms roll in from the Georgia National Fairgrounds. This is the exact storm that we've been watching, and we're getting a new severe thunderstorm warning now for Taylor, Upson, Crawford, Monroe until 5 o'clock as threat of a tornado possible. So we'll look at that here in just a second. This is Perry. This is the Georgia National Fairgrounds and Agri Center. You notice the flags blowing there in the wind, a little bit of movement of the poles. Let me hop over to radar now. This is the new severe thunderstorm warning. This was the one I was just saying. I'm surprised they hadn't issued it, and now here it is. This is going to include parts of Crawford County to the north and to the west of Roberta. They're going to include Culloden, far southern and western Monroe County, southern Upson County, so south of Thomaston. And then we're watching this arch feature here that would clip the top part of Taylor County and eventually move into Crawford County. That is the best signature we've seen all day today. So we're watching this. This is very clearly some rotation now between Poplar Crossroads and Carsonville. This is far eastern Talbot County, northern Taylor County, southern Upson County, and then Crawford County starts right there. And I believe that beeping is this severe thunderstorm warning I'm talking about. Yeah, that is what that is. So let's see if we can, yeah, okay. I do not like the looks of that at all. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning for northern Taylor, far northern Taylor, Crawford County, southern Monroe, southern Upson County, again for the threat of a tornado. We also are going to be watching central Taylor County here in the next little bit. And then this warning is going to pop off here in the next, go away in the next little bit. And then we have this storm in Houston County that we're watching, that we were just watching the live camera out of Perry from. Let me flip this, let me adjust this camera really fast. Actually, let me pop it on over here first. So let's go back to Perry. This is the severe thunderstorm that is rolling into Perry now. And I mean, look at this. You can see quite literally the wall of rain moving into Perry right now. Look at that. It's literally blowing into Perry. Let me take this full really fast. And I mean, this is just crazy. You can see it plain as day. In fact, I'm going to start recording on that because it is very interesting to watch. Let's come here and let's go. Here. So yeah, that, I mean, you are watching rain quite literally blow into Perry as we speak. And look at these clouds up here. Watch how those move. That is that is very much Perry. And this again is an active severe thunderstorm warning that Perry is in. And I suspect the Georgia National Fairgrounds and Agri Center are about to be hit with this wall of water here in just a moment. So let me turn this back over to the west. Seeing some lightning there. You can see these flags blowing in the wind. You can actually see here, let me flip this back over to me now. Notice how it gets really blurry off in the distance. This is the wall of rain coming into Perry now, and we're going to see this here in just the next little bit. Make sure we're good on the chat. I keep hearing dings. All right, severe thunderstorm warning. Lawrence, Twiggs, and Wilkinson County. Lawrence, Twiggs, and Wilkinson County now in a severe thunderstorm warning. Threat, tornado possible, wind 60 miles an hour, hail about 0.8 of an inch in diameter. But there's now the severe thunderstorm in Perry. And there go the winds. Yeah, I mean, this is what to expect when that storm rolls in, and there it is. Take this full here. So for our friends in production, that beeping is this new severe thunderstorm warning for Lawrence and Wilkinson counties. That is the storm that had the warning that was expiring that they reissued. Actually, no, this is the storm behind it. This is the storm behind it. The storm out in northern Lawrence County now was the one that did have the warning on it. This is now the storm behind it. So Lawrence, Twiggs, and Wilkinson counties, we are in a severe thunderstorm warning, threat, tornado possible. Houston, Macon, Peach counties, severe thunderstorm warning, threat, tornado possible. Crawford, Monroe, Taylor, Upson, severe thunderstorm warning, threat, tornado possible. And it is going to continue to be an active afternoon across central Georgia. Let's see what they're saying here. Hail. Okay. A hail report came in and it looked weird. It didn't look like they normally do. But so again, 3 severe thunderstorm warnings, and then a big-time storm near Columbus that is moving towards Taylor and Macon counties. All 3 of these severe thunderstorm warnings that you see on your screen right now have the threat of a tornado. Essentially, they're all rotating, but the rotation is not tight enough nor strong enough to produce a tornado just yet. I'm going to flip this over to Perry now because we are continuing to see the storm roll in. So let me flip this there. There's Perry. The wind looks a little stronger than 12 miles an hour. But we were watching the storm roll in just a minute ago, and it is very much here. So that is the Georgia National Fairgrounds and Agri Center there in Perry. It is very clearly pouring down rain. Severe thunderstorm warning, threat, tornado possible in Perry. We are seeing broad rotation with that. So where we're looking right now is actually where that rotation would be. So I've got my eye here on this camera. We've been watching from right in here where the Georgia National Fairgrounds is, and there's that little notch there. Okay, we need to go on 13 WMAZ now. We do now have a tornado warning, so we're going to pause here on Facebook Live. We are going to hop over to 13 WMAZ. If our friends in production could get us on there as soon as possible, I'm going to go over to the wall with Max 1 behind me. Again, if somebody could get in my ear and let me know that we're doing that, we need to go on. Okay, so I'm going to walk over to the wall now, and we have a tornado warning. All right.
Good afternoon, I'm meteorologist Alex Forbes. We are coming on the air now with a tornado warning. This includes parts of Crawford County, also northern Taylor County, southern Upson County was just issued moments ago. It's going to run here for about the next 25 minutes. Crawford, Taylor, and Upson counties for the threat of a tornado now. We've seen numerous severe thunderstorm warnings across central Georgia this afternoon, and we're going to continue to see them in the hours ahead. But for now, a tornado warning. So let's dig into it and show you where the rotation is, why they pulled the trigger on the tornado warning. Again, this is Crawford County, really the big one in our area. So the rotation just to the west of, or to the east rather, of Carsonville right now, it's going to kind of move through that awkward spot that is southern Upson County. This is Taylor County here, and then Crawford County here. So this is Georgia 208 from Gerald over towards Fickling Mill. To the north of that, again, Upson County and Carsonville. It's this area right in here that we're watching that is moving in towards the Crawford County area now. Again, a tornado warning if you're just now joining us. Crawford, Taylor, and Upson counties until 4:45 tonight. The motion on this storm is to the east. Let me get the exact speed. The east at about 40 miles an hour. So let's throw a track on this now. This is, let's see. Always interesting to do on this computer. Let me, if it wants to cooperate. Okay, there we go. So to the east now at about 40 miles an hour. So here is the storm here. In fact, let me just run over to this computer here. It'll still show up on this screen, not a problem, but the storm moving to the east at about 40 miles an hour. So here it is here, and I'm going to need to back it out just a hair. And moving into Crawford County. So here we go there towards Roberta. So if you are in Roberta, now is the time to head to your tornado safe place. You could have one in your area in the next 20-ish minutes or so. And then Sandy Point here about 4:48. That again further into Crawford County. It's this area right in here. Again, southern Upson County, northern Taylor County. So you're probably hearing your phones go off. That is in Taylor County. So the threat in Taylor County. To the north, the threat in Upson County, down to the south here, and then moving into Crawford County now. So parts of western Crawford County, now is the time to head to your tornado safe place as this continues to move across the region. Let's dig down in here and get some streets for you as the storm continues to move through the area. So let me grab my pan tool here. If you are in Crawford County, in this area, now is the time to head to your tornado safe place. Let me see if I can get some more. So here is Reeves Road. That looks like Olive Grove Church Road. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, as the map resets, of course. Let's see. Here, you know what? Let me just back this. This computer is having some issues. Let me just run back over here. So we're just going to take this full screen. And it'll be easier to get some roads on here. It's a little easier to work. So again, if you are near Reeves Road, Olive Grove Church Road, Charlie Reeves Road, Whitaker Road, Calvin Road, now is the time to head to your tornado safe place. This is where the biggest threat is right now. Hollis Road, Julia Jordan Road, Upson 354, Pleasant Grove Road, Hopewell Road, continuing down Whitaker Road, down towards that looks like Howard Road. That is where the imminent threat of a tornado is here in the next little bit. So again, this is Crawford County. The tornado itself, if there is one, would be at the point where Upson, Crawford, and Taylor counties come together. It's this area right in here that we are watching, and it's moving towards the east at 40 miles an hour. So since there is a tornado warning in place, this is what you should do. It's time to take action, go inside into the lowest floor of a sturdy structure, away from doors and windows, and put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. And it's for this red shaded area right in here, so right in there. So not for all of central Georgia, but for Taylor, Upson, and parts of Crawford County. And really, I think Crawford County is the area of most concern right now. So if you're in Crawford County and you are to the west of Roberta, that is where this tornado warning is. That will continue for the next 20 minutes or so. We've seen storms rotating all afternoon, but this is the first storm that has really shown signs of a closed, tight circulation and has the capability of producing a tornado, which is why we are on the air now, mainly for Crawford County, but also portions of Taylor County included in this, and far southern Upson County as it continues to move towards the east at about 40 miles an hour. So again, Roberta looks like it's going to be in your neighborhood around 443, Sandy Point around 451. It's interesting to note that Sandy Point is technically not included in this warning, but in the general path of the storm. So again, if you are in Crawford County and you are to the west of Roberta, that is where the warning is now. There's no reason to take action unless you are within the polygon, because that is, that is where the warning is, not for the entire county. Warnings haven't been issued on a county basis for quite a while. So it does look like along US 80 out of Roberta over towards Upson County is probably not the best road to be traveling right now. Anywhere in this area is not the best road to be traveling right now. Let me see if I can get that to pop up here. There's US 42. US 80 runs right in there. Let's see. It's not wanting to populate. But so US 80 and western Roberta, or western Crawford County now, that is not the place to be traveling. But here is the rotation we've been watching. So the radar site we're using here is Jeffersonville, I believe. So the rotation somewhat like that is what we're seeing. So that is extreme southern Upson County coming into Crawford County now. This is Crawford County to the east of Georgia 128. We were just talking about some roads in this area. There would be areas like Hollis Road, Walker's Chapel Road. You get over up towards Whitaker Road. It looks like it's coming up Whitaker Road essentially. So, Charlie Reeves Road, if you're hearing your road, now is the time to take action. Olive Church Road, Minor Road, that is where the rotation is now, and it is coming into Crawford County. I'm looking here on the maps. Camp Grace is something that jumps out at me. It looks like Camp Grace is would be in a direct line from this. Up Walker's Chapel Road from Hortman Road, and along Big Beach Creek in western Crawford County. So that is what we're watching. Again, Roberta technically included in the warning. This is headed in the general direction of Roberta. This is moving fairly quickly to the east at about 40 miles an hour. So let's put an updated track on this now. And 441 for Roberta. The warning goes until 445. And if I back it up, I think it was a bit stronger right in there. You see how the reds and the greens were a little more of them and a little closer together, and then it's kind of run out. It's still there, but it's a little more broad than it was. Regardless, tornado warning continues for Crawford County. It does look like the tornado threat has now exited Taylor and Upson counties. For now, we could see more into the evening tonight, but the rotation that we're watching is now firmly into Crawford County and is moving in the general direction of the Roberta area. So let's get some more streets in here. The rotation right now is right along Charlie Reeves Road, just south of Whitaker Road, and is moving towards Hollis Road. So if you are near Hollis Road, you certainly need to be in your tornado safe place right now, because the thing about radar data is that it's old. Our radar scans the information and it populates in our computers. So this is about 1 minute to 2 minutes old. So it's running a little bit ahead of where the radar shows it. So let's move down Whitaker Road towards Howard Road. If you're near Howard Road or Dixon Road, that looks like Cinnamon Lane and Oak Grove Church Road. Now is the time to be headed to your tornado safe place. And if you are in Roberta right now, you are within the tornado warning, and the threat continues. Now, outside of this, we do have several severe thunderstorm warnings that we're watching that I want to make you aware of, because a few of these warnings have the threat of tornado possible. The National Weather Service has been adding those tags to them. First, want to start off down in Perry. If you were watching on Facebook Live, we were watching the Georgia National Agri Center, or Fairgrounds and Agri Center. A strong storm rolling through there. This severe thunderstorm warning is going to continue for the next little while. Threat of a tornado with that one. We're also watching parts of southern Wilkins Wilkinson County, northern Lawrence County. A severe thunderstorm warning is active there right now, but not a tornado warning, but the threat of a tornado is possible in that location. We're also watching these storms just outside of Columbus. Let me roll this in here and see if this computer decides to work. And it is having a day today, is it not? There we go. So these storms here in Columbus, notice all of this lightning in here. Each one of these severe thunderstorm warnings also has the threat of a tornado possible with this. So as we head into the evening tonight, a severe thunderstorm watch is in place for all of central Georgia until 9 p.m. It was there. Now it's not showing up, but you can see the yellow counties on this map here. The severe thunderstorm watch along and south of this line. I suspect we will see counties trimmed back from that as we head through the evening tonight as this line moves further to the south. But as of now, the reason why we're on air is for this tornado warning in parts of Crawford County moving towards the Roberta area. So that's the lay of the land. Let's zoom back down in here towards Crawford County and see if there we go. So here we go. There's this notch here. We were just talking about some roads moving to the east at about 40 miles an hour. Here's the Roberta area. So if you're in Roberta now, I'm heading to my tornado safe place. And again, your tornado safe place is going to be the most interior room away from doors and windows inside a sturdy structure, and put as many walls between you and the outside as possible in this red box here. So between Butler and Thomaston over to Crawford, that is the tornado warning. This is where you need to take action right now. If you're in a mobile home and you have time, mobile homes are not a good place to be during a tornado warning. If you have a sturdy structure near you, now is the time to head to that place in Roberta and to do that quickly, because we don't have a whole lot of time. But yes, so a tornado warning continuing inside, lowest floor, away from doors and windows, and putting as many walls between you and the outside as possible. So here we go now, back to live radar. Again, numerous storms across the region. This is where the tornado warning is now, near Roberta. Let's get an updated track on that as it continues to move towards the east at about 40-ish miles an hour. Let's see. Here we go. So drill this down in here. Then let me run over to this other computer and throw the track on it, because this one has been having some issues. So Roberta, inside the tornado warning, that's going to continue here for the next 17 minutes or so. And let's see. So here we go now towards Roberta. And draw that to 40. So Roberta, it looks like about 441, Sandy Point about 449, Lizella about 501, it looks like, for this threat of a tornado. So I think we probably have an updated velocity scan, and that we do. This is just to the east of Roberta. This looked much stronger than it initially did, or when the warning was issued. Let's see what this is. A new severe thunderstorm warning for Bleckley, Houston, and Twiggs County. We'll get to that in just a second, but this is the active tornado warning now. Threat tornado possible on that one as well. But again, in Roberta, and actually this looks much better on the Peachtree City radar. So I'm going to try to keep this radar site up. Let me get some streets in here, because this is some very tight rotation now. This is right along... That road's not wanting to populate. Hollis Road and Howard Road, Walker's Chapel Road, headed towards Roberta. So if you are in Roberta right now, now is the time to be headed to your tornado safe place. And then beyond Roberta, we need to start thinking about east of Roberta, out Highway 42 as you get closer to Bibb County. Technically not a tornado warning issued there just yet, but it is possible, because this is a very strong sign of circulation. Let me hop over to our debris tracker. Okay, so it does look like there might be a sign of debris. When you get these whites in here, that it's essentially what this is saying is that whatever it's picking up in the atmosphere is not uniform, and that means it's not raindrops. So there's something up there that is not supposed to be there, to be quite honest, and that is co-located with the velocity reading. So I do have reason to believe that that would be indicative of some debris. As of now, this is still a radar indicated tornado. This is not a confirmed tornado. If you do happen to see anything, certainly do not go outside and look. But if you do happen to see anything, share a picture with us if you are in the Roberta area. And we will, just so that we are aware of what's going on in that area. Aside from that, we are continuing to watch several severe thunderstorm warnings that I was just talking about for the whole area. So we're going to come back to Roberta in just a second. The active severe thunderstorm warning is there. But I want to draw your attention down towards Bleckley County, Twiggs, and Houston County. We were watching the storm in Perry earlier. As of now, it's a severe thunderstorm warning, but notice up in that white box, it says the threat tornado possible. That's because we've seen the structure of the storm adopt the structure is what I'm trying to say, that is indicative or conducive for tornado development. And if we flip over to the velocity here, we can see some broad rotation there in parts of Houston County. So that's part of the reason why there's a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. For Bleckley, Houston, and Twiggs County, that's going to run until 5 o'clock tonight. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning for Lawrence, Twiggs, and Wilkinson County. A tornado possible with this storm as well. I think I can give an all clear to Twiggs and Wilkinson County. This storm is almost entirely in Lawrence County now and is tracking north of the city of Dublin. So if you're in Dublin hearing my voice right now, I think you're okay from this particular storm, but the severe thunderstorm watch still continues until 9 p.m. Aside from that, tornado warning continues now for Crawford County. That is the tightest rotation we have. That is the only tornado warning that we have right now, even though we have those other severe thunderstorm warnings that are indicative of some broad rotation. So some significant rotation moving into Roberta now. We always watch for the gate-to-gate shear, the greens and the reds coming together. Let me do some pixel query on that and see if we can get some readings there. I'm going to have to drop the warnings to do that. Not overly impressive values, but today's a day that we wouldn't typically see overly impressive values, if that makes sense. So let me hop over here. This, I think, would give us a better, I need to drop the warnings again, a better indication of what's going on. Yeah, some 67 mile an hour winds, 60, 72. So all indications are of some strong rotation moving into Roberta. So let's drill down into Roberta. If you are hearing my voice in Roberta right now along East Agency Street, Kirby Avenue, High Point Road, looks like Hicks Road, Lakeview Drive, Fairplay Hill Road, Low Road. Now is the time to be headed to your tornado safe place. If you're not there already, if you do have a helmet handy, never a bad idea. I don't think we see strong tornadoes on a day like today, but you know, anything is possible, so we will be keeping an eye on that. I keep hearing dinging from our National Weather Service chat. A quick note that they have just expired the warning for Houston, Macon, and Peach counties. This was the severe thunderstorm warning down here. Let me flip this back over so the warnings come up. So this, the yellow box that is right there, that includes Warner Robins, Bonaire, Perry, and Fort Valley. That warning is expiring, obviously, because the storm has moved out of that warning box and now firmly into southern parts of Twiggs County, Bleckley County, and into portions of Houston County right now. Really near the Kathleen area. Let me drill that back down in here. So Kathleen's going to pop up right about there. Most of the lightning is now just to the east of Kathleen as you get towards the Okmulgee River. We've seen a lot of lightning strikes in this. I can tell you how many. If I query all of that, it looks like 79 lightning strikes here within the past 10 minutes. Across central Georgia, or across that one storm, across central Georgia. We've seen a lot more than that. Certainly a lot more with this cluster of storms moving in from Columbus. Something else I'm just now noticing, down south of Hazelhurst, another tornado warning has been issued, which is outside of the 13 WMAZ viewing area, but shows that any one of these storms could develop a tornado fairly quickly tonight. And that's why we are in a severe thunderstorm watch and why we have been advertising the risk for brief spin-up tornadoes. But let's drill it back down in here towards Roberta, because that is the storm of greatest concern right now. Again, if you are in Roberta, your time is running out. You need to be headed to your tornado safe place. The good news is the rotation does not appear as strong as it did, say, right about here. This was 433. It is now 448. It looks like it is a little bit weaker, but not gone. So that is certainly encouraging. The correlation coefficient, it's really interesting because typically what we see in a situation like this is these reds and purples surround something if we get debris in the atmosphere. And I'm not seeing that in this image, but I am seeing values that would indicate maybe the possibility of seeing some debris in the air And that's what we're seeing now in Roberta. So another new significant weather advisory now. This is going to be for Johnson and Lawrence County. Attached to this significant weather advisory is what the National Weather Service calls an enhanced risk of a brief tornado. That is going to be for this storm right in here, right near Wrightsville. We obviously have that severe thunderstorm warning that you see right over there, but the storm in Wrightsville now is the one that has the enhanced risk of a brief tornado. So we're watching all of these storms that you see on your screen right now for a risk of a tornado, and have one active tornado warning for Crawford, Taylor, and Upson counties for the next little while here across central Georgia. But then we're going to be watching that storm that's near Butler right now. It's this one right in here. A lot of lightning in that one, and a severe thunderstorm warning continues out there. Those severe thunderstorm warnings have had the tag for tornado possible on them as well. So let me check in now with the storm near Roberta. The warning goes for the next 5 minutes, so we'll be staying on 13 WMAZ for at least the next 5 minutes. We'll see if the National Weather Service continues it. The rotation does not appear as strong, just as I say that. It appears strong, once again, just south of Roberta. So this is right along Siegler Road. That is South Matthews Street, Hickory Drive, Hortman Mill Road. If you are near Jackson Road, Matthews Road, Old Knoxville Road, Running Deer Road, Andrews Road, getting out towards Causey Road, Sandy Point Circle, Daisy Lane, now is the time to be headed to your tornado safe place. Also, right along Georgia 42, now is not the time to be driving across Georgia 42 in Crawford County, especially as you get closer towards Roberta and Knoxville there. It does look like a pretty good signature there. Let me check in with the Weather Service. New tornado warning now for Crawford County. So they are extending this warning just as I was about to check in with them. They are extending this warning now for the rest of Crawford County. So Georgia 42 to the east of Crawford now. This is going to carry us until 5 o'clock. If you are along Georgia 42 in Crawford County, let's get some roads in here. Old Knoxville Road is the road it looks like it's going to be traveling up of. Again, Causey Road, Jasmine Lane, Hamlin Road, Carl Sutton Road, Diamond Lane, Sandy Point Road, Billy's Circle, Sheffield Drive. If you're hearing a street name, now is the time to be headed to your tornado safe place. Ray Frost Road, Bostick Road, Marshall Mill Road, Sycamore Lane, Grace Road, Jackson Road, and Matthews Road. Those are some of the key roads that are included in this warning, but this is continuing up 42 now, or across 42, I should say, into the eastern parts of Crawford County. Thinking beyond this, since we have not seen much in the way of weakening, if you are in southern Bibb County, not a good idea, not a bad idea to think about where you would go in the event a tornado warning gets issued for you in the next hour or so, because we have seen this really keep its strength. So let me give an all clear. Southern Upson County, Taylor County, all clear for now. That warning is going to pop off the screen here in the next 3 minutes. It's the flashing white box on your screen now. That is the polygon that we need to respect. If you're inside the polygon, now the time to head to your tornado safe place. If you are outside of the polygon, then you don't need to head to your tornado safe place just yet. Now, where to go in a tornado warning? Inside, lowest floor of a sturdy structure, away from doors and windows, putting as many walls between you and the outside as possible. And it is in this red polygon right here where you need to do that, where I was just saying those road names. So not all of central Georgia needs to go doing that. It's just within that polygon there within Crawford County where we have the active tornado warning until 5 o'clock tonight. Again, now is the time to take action and to seek shelter. So let's hop back on over to radar now. 3 active tornado warnings in the state of Georgia, 1 to the south of Telfair and Wheeler counties. That's going to stay south of central Georgia. Not concerned about that one. We are still watching these storms. Northern parts of Lawrence County to the north of Dublin, the risk of a tornado there. You see on the severe thunderstorm warning that it says it has the tornado possible tag on it. But we're also watching parts of southern Twiggs County and Bleckley County. The severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect here has that tornado possible tag on it as well as we head into the 5 o'clock hour. So for the next 15 minutes or so, this severe thunderstorm warning will be active, as well as the tornado warning for Crawford County. So let's drill it back down in here to Crawford County. Let me back this up. So this is the debris tracker. Let me see if we've seen any trends. There's nothing very clear that jumps out at me in terms of a debris trend. Is the possibility there? Yes. Was it very clear? No. This was the clearest part of the circulation we had just south of Roberta. It does not look as strong now along Georgia Highway 42. Regardless, the tornado warning still stands until 5 o'clock. It is certainly still possible that if we don't have a tornado on the ground, that we could get one within short order here in Crawford County. And something else I want to mention, you see there, right there in the banner, if you see any damage, send us an email, news@13wmaz.com. You can also find my Facebook page. You can search Meteorologist Alex Forbes on Facebook. You can also send them to the 13WMAZ Facebook page. Just search 13WMAZ and send pictures that way. I know we've seen a lot of hail this afternoon, especially northern parts of Houston County. And there goes that warning there. You just saw that the first tornado warning we had drop off the screen. So now we just have parts of eastern Crawford County that's included in this tornado warning until 5 o'clock tonight. So again, an all clear for Crawford County west of Roberta. If you are east of Roberta, not quite an all clear. And we're getting a new velocity scan in here. This is very small, but not nothing. It's something we're going to continue to watch. This is right along Georgia 42. Continues its eastward motion at about 40 miles an hour. So let's put a track on this. That will do the job. So if it continues its track, right, we're looking at southern Bibb County. Let me move this over here so that I'm not blocking it. It could enter the Rutland area eventually. Let me do that one more time. So there's 40 miles an hour. So it looks like Rutland, if it were to make it there, there's no guarantee that it makes it there. About 5:10 here over the next little bit, that would put it in Bibb County. But as of now, the tornado warning stops in Crawford County. So no tornado warning for Bibb County, but not a bad idea to think about what you would do. Because the other thing about the nature of the storms today is that they can cycle. We can see it pulse up really fast. We can see a tornado develop, and then it comes down just as quickly as it came up, which is what we just saw in Roberta. So it has the possibility of doing that again, and that's why we're going to continue to watch it. If I had to guess, I would suspect the National Weather Service is going to let the warning expire at 5 o'clock for Crawford County and replace it with a severe thunderstorm warning, but that has not happened yet. The tornado warning is still active, and then outside of that, we're still watching several areas for potential tornadoes this evening. So these two severe thunderstorm warnings have tornado possible tags on them. You see there that white box on your screen. It says Bleckley, Houston, Twiggs County until 5 o'clock. And then the threat, it says there tornado possible. That's because we've seen some rotation within this storm as well. If I drill it down in here, you can kind of see what I'm talking about here, right in this area here. You get the reds and the greens mixing together. Let's see, that would be southern Houston County, or okay, that would be areas of western Bleckley County, eastern Houston County. Twiggs County would not really be involved with that, and that was, again, not nothing. Let's check how much lightning has been in this storm. I think we've seen an uptick in lightning in this storm, 104 strikes within the past 10 minutes. Again, this is the storm that you're probably hearing thunder from in areas like Kathleen and Bon Air right now. It went through Perry earlier. We were watching it on the Perry Skycam, now entering Bleckley County and Cochran. Cochran technically not in a severe thunderstorm warning right now, but that could change in the hours ahead. So we are getting a new severe thunderstorm warning now. This is going to be for Johnson and Lawrence County. That's what the beeping was for our team in production. That is the satellite. I did not mean to click that button. Let's hop back over here. This is the new severe thunderstorm warning. Again, threat, tornado possible until 5:30 tonight. So that's going to be the case as we head through the night tonight. All of these storms will be capable of producing tornadoes, and they're all exhibiting signs of rotation, but when they are not tight enough or not strong enough, we can't pull the trigger on a tornado warning because we simply don't have the confidence that it is producing a tornado or is capable of producing a tornado at that given point. But you can see why they included parts of, or the warning with the tornado possible, because we see those grays and those greens come together. That can be indicative of some rotation there. So let's hop back up to Roberta. Again, the rotation not as strong as it once was. The warning is going to go until 5 o'clock tonight, which will carry us into 13 WMAZ News at 5. And we'll move into southern Bibb County. So we'll be watching all of these storms all through the night tonight. And that is the plan as of now. Let me see if I can get the Peachtree City radar to pick this up and see if this looks. Yeah. So what I'm noticing is, and in fact, I can do this from the radar site in Jeffersonville. Let me hop over here. What I'm going to do is tilt the elevation up from the radar. So when the radar is looking out, right, it scans on a line like this, and then it tilts up a little bit so that we can see the different levels of the storm. So what I'm going to do is tilt the radar up. And you can see, I suspect as we do so, the rotation becomes more predominant. So the higher up you go in the atmosphere in Crawford County, the more heavily the storm is rotating. The closer you get to the ground, the rotation is not as strong. So that is at 0.7 of a degree, right? And you get up to 1.6 degrees. So, the radar goes like this to looking up just a little bit more, then the rotation becomes much more evident. So the storm is still rotating. It's just that the low-level rotation is not as strong as the mid-level rotation that we're seeing within the storm right now in Crawford County. Regardless, the warning is going to continue until 5 o'clock tonight. And again, the rotation looked much stronger just a few minutes ago, just to the south of Roberta. If you're just now joining us, let me show you what it did look like. That right there, just south of Roberta, was very concerning. And if we have any report, if you see damage in Roberta, since the storm has now moved through Roberta and the rotation has moved through, please take pictures and send it to us here at 13 WMAZ. It looks like we're in a lull of the rain right now, but there's still lightning outside, so not a good idea to go outside. And a new severe thunderstorm warning now for parts of Crawford County. So let's go down to the south. This is an extension of the warning that we've seen moving out of the Columbus area. This is Taylor County and Macon County, southern parts of Crawford County, and extreme western parts of Peach County. Notice this warning does not have the threat tag of tornado possible. So that's a good sign out of all of this, but the other warnings that we have out Interstate 16 do, and that's why we're going to continue to watch it through the evening tonight. But the storm structure there in Crawford County, moving toward Bibb County now, it still is not the best looking in terms of not getting a tornado. It still looks like it's still conducive for producing a tornado, even though the rotation is not as strong as it once was. The warning going to continue for the next 9 minutes or so, and we'll see if the National Weather Service decides to extend this warning, and if it does, it would implicate southern parts of Macon-Bibb, areas like Rutland and down near Hartley Bridge Road, Middle Georgia Regional Airport, and that neck of the woods. I do think the rotation in Crawford County that we're seeing now will not impact Peach and Houston County. I know we had severe storms roll through there earlier today. If they do extend this warning, it would not include those two counties, so that is some good news out of this, although it would include Macon-Bibb if they were to choose to do it. They have not done that yet. Of course, that's something we will check in with them on. They did point out a few minutes ago that it was still holding together. The rotation has come down some, but is not done by any stretch of the imagination. And looks like at 5 o'clock they're going to expire the severe thunderstorm warning that was directly behind it. So that yellow box behind Roberta, let me flip this back over to the regular radar that you're used to seeing. If you're in parts of western Crawford County, southern Upson County, northern Taylor County, you're still technically in a severe thunderstorm warning, although the severe threat has passed. I do want to draw everybody's attention, though, in Peach, Houston, Macon County over the next 45 minutes to an hour, another strong round of storms going to be headed in to the region. Let me actually hop over here and see if I can pop up the Perry Skycam and see if we can see this storm off in the distance. A little bit. It doesn't look that impressive, but there's a live look at Perry right now. You can see the dark clouds there in the foreground. I want to point out, about an hour ago, Perry was at 80 degrees. It has been a warm December afternoon across central Georgia, thus the risk for severe storms. And you can kind of see off in the distance there, the storm moving closer. Let me flip this over to where I can move the camera. And let's move it this way. See if I can turn it a little bit more to the north before the building starts to get in the way. Unfortunately, I don't think I can get that far north, but it does look like a pretty dark cloud there just north of Perry. I can, however, though, flip over to Atrium Health Navicent, and we can look south into these storms. So let me do that. So this is the view now from Atrium Health Navicent. Let me come over here and flip this to Macon. So 68 degrees at Middle Georgia Regional right now, a wind out of the northeast at 6 miles an hour. That's actually kind of interesting that we have a northeast wind there. So let's pan this over now toward Crawford County as we look south, and then we begin to look west here. Okay, so this is now looking towards Crawford County. This is the storm that has the active tornado warning on it that you can see there. You can see the rain shaft very clearly there as it moves in towards southern Bibb. Some lightning there. Tilt this down just a hair. And you can see really the edge of the rain right there. In fact, actually, the Macon bar is, there we go. So you can see there on the corner of your screen the rain moving into Bibb County now, and that is associated with the tornado warned storm in Crawford County. So we've got about 6 minutes left on this warning. It does look like the storm is about to outrun the warning box. The rotation does not look as good as it did when it was in Roberta. It looked very strong in Roberta. So what we're going to do now is cancel, or let the tornado warning expire in 5 minutes. It's being essentially impacted by the storm in Taylor County. The rotation has lifted back into the middle parts of the storm, and they are going to issue a severe thunderstorm warning for Bibb County here in just a moment. So you're going to see a flashing yellow box pop up on your screen for southern Bibb County with the threat of a tornado possible as we head into the afternoon hours. So that puts us starting 13 WMAZ News at 5 here in about 5-ish minutes. Let me give you a quick rundown on what's going on across the area. Watching some rotation in parts of Bleckley County. This is near the Cochrane area. A severe thunderstorm warning in effect there until 5 o'clock with the threat of tornado possible. This morning until 5 o'clock here, I'm not too concerned with this northern part of this storm though. I would say more Lawrence County just to the north of Dublin. In fact, let me flip over to the Dublin camera and see if we can see this one. This would be toward the north. Let's see. Pan this up a little bit. It looks like it has rained recently in Dublin because we do have some drops on our lens. So let me come back over here and say, let's look at Dublin. Play this. You can see some dark clouds moving into the Dublin area. A severe thunderstorm warning in effect just to the north of Dublin. Again, that severe thunderstorm warning also has the tag on it of tornado possible from the National Weather Service. I'll tell you what, Sherrod, let's take this image full here, and so I can run over to the Weather Center here and look at something from the Weather Service. Thank you very much. So we've got this tornado warning that is going to expire here in the next 4 minutes. For parts of central Georgia, severe thunderstorm watch is going to continue until 9 o'clock tonight for all of central Georgia. So that is the plan for now as we head into the evening hours. Again, severe thunderstorm watch continuing until 9 o'clock. We are going to begin 13 WMAZ News at 5 right when it starts at 5 o'clock because the warning will expire and it will be replaced by a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of South Bibb County. But a day today to certainly be on your toes, keep an eye to the sky. The good news is the severe weather threat is ending in places like Forsyth, Lamar County, Upson County. Once this line of storms comes through, I suspect we will see that severe thunderstorm watch slashed as we head through the evening tonight. But the line going to continue to work through, and it's going to take a while to do it because as we've been talking about all week, this front is stalling out over central Georgia, and as it stalls out, it is moving slower and slower and slower, which means we're going to be looking at this through about the 9, 10, 11 o'clock hour tonight. So, of course, I'll be here providing updates as we get them. But as of now, this tornado warning is going to be expiring at 5 o'clock. And getting a report out of Roberta now of a wall cloud around 440, which would match up with what we saw on radar. Didn't see any rotation at that time, but interesting to note, that's from a ham radio operator. So we'll go back at the radar, or look at the radar, see if that makes sense, and see if we have any confirmation out of that. All right, I hear we have some pictures. If we could check out some of those. Where is this? So this is Crawford County. Yes, very clearly a wall cloud there. Did they say a time by chance? No time. Okay. So Crawford County, thank you for sending this in. Are there any more? Is it? That's just that one. Okay. Yeah, so that was a good tornado warning there, as we like to say, because the rotation there very clearly evident. And then that was a wall cloud there in parts of Crawford County. And that storm, again, now moving into South Bibb County. So here in the next minute, we're going to lose this tornado warning and begin 13 WMAZ News at 5. Frank Malloy is here standing by. Of course, we'll have the latest information through the day. Weather, the big story today, the severe thunderstorm watch continuing through 9 o'clock tonight. And we're going to continue to watch these storms as they roll through central Georgia. Again, here is the severe thunderstorm watch. It includes all of our counties except for Jasper and Putnam, although I do believe the threat has ended in Upson, Monroe, Pike, Lamar, that area, anywhere on the west side of the storms that have rolled through now. And we do still have a level 1 risk in effect today for the threat of damaging winds. Let's see. So here comes that severe thunderstorm warning that they are replacing the tornado warning with. So let me show this really fast. We'll begin 13 WMAZ News at 5. Macon to Unadilla, up and down 75 under a severe thunderstorm warning here for the next little bit. Again, threat tornado possible. We'll continue to watch this through the evening hours. And of course, we'll provide updates during 13 WMAZ News at 5 and 6. Until then, I bet I'll see you in just a few seconds. 13 WMAZ News at 5 starts right now.
Now at 5.
So it was definitely very helpful those 6 months that we did get it.
Child tax credit payments set to expire in the new year. We talked with a woman on how that extra money has helped her as a first-time mom. Plus,
and then we'll have somebody to test them momentarily.
as folks return from the holidays, many are looking to get tested for COVID-19. We'll tell you how test sites in central Georgia are working to cut down wait times. And
I didn't know what to expect from our baby.
a toddler turned hero. How a 2-year-old was able to get her mom medical attention by dialing 911. 13 WMAZ News at 5 starts now.
And good evening, everyone. I'm 13 WMAZ meteorologist Alex Forbes. We are continuing to monitor severe storms as they move through central Georgia. A severe thunderstorm warning now in effect for Macon, Warner Robins, Perry, Fort Valley, Byron, Montezuma, Unadilla, up and down 75 as we're watching a line of storms move in. This moving to the east at about 40 miles an hour. So let's throw a track on that. Let me grab the long track tool here. Let's go down to Ellaville and say right through there. So Fort Valley about 511, another severe storm coming through. About 513 in Montezuma, 516 in Centerville, 522 in Warner Robins. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Johnson County, northern Lawrence County. Some rotation embedded in this one as well. If I turn on the, yep, there you go, see the severe thunderstorm warning, tornado possible tag there. We've seen all of these storms broadly rotating through the day today. And then we're also going to continue to watch back into Macon County here as well. You see the reds and the greens coming together there. We'll see if that tightens up any. Regardless, the storms this afternoon are going to be capable of producing tornadoes as we head through the evening hours tonight. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for all of central Georgia until 9 p.m. tonight. That being said, I do think the threat has ended in Monroe County, Pike County, Lamar County, Upson County as that line of storm slides on through. So I suspect we will see that change through the evening hours tonight. Let's check out some of the models. You can see the lines sagging south through the evening tonight, but still producing thunderstorms about 8, 9 o'clock, and then out of central Georgia by the 11 midnight hour, and then we will be in the clear for the overnight hours. Rain returns tomorrow. I don't think we're looking at severe storms tomorrow, but something we'll be watching for through the hours ahead. We do still have that level 2 risk out in effect tonight. For obvious reasons, again, the threat for damaging winds, a brief tornado, and some small hail. Of course, if you have pictures, be sure to send them to us. You can look me up on Facebook. Just search Meteorologist Alex Forbes. Also send them to the 13 WMAZ Facebook page. You can use the app. Speaking of the app, if you don't have it downloaded, be sure to download it in the Apple App Store or on Google Play. You can also scan that QR code on your screen. If we get any more warnings, watches, we will send a push notification to your phone. Frank, a busy day in the weather department.
A lot. You can take a breath now. Of course, if anything pops up, we'll check right back in with Alex immediately. In news today, the Mary Parsons High School band director under arrest for allegedly sending sexually explicit material to a student. That's according to a news release from the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. That release says Bryant Miles Benson was arrested today on felony warrants. He's charged with sexual exploitation of children and sexual conduct by a person with supervisory authority. The Sheriff's Office says Benson sent that material to a minor who is a former student of his. They have not provided any further details, but said they are still investigating. Benson has been the band director at Mary Parsons since 2019.